Hey, I'm Dr. Melissa Gaffney. I've been a podiatrist for over 30 years, and one thing I've seen over and over in my practice is patients with foot pain waiting too long to see me. So if that's you, please make an appointment with your podiatrist. If you've already made an appointment and it's been a little bit of time until your appointment, you're suffering with pain, I've got some pain relieving strategies with over-the-counter products that I use myself that could be helpful. Now, this does not take the place of seeing your doctor. It's not a treatment plan. So make sure you go see your doctor. Also at the end, I have some natural plant-based over-the-counters that are little known but very effective that I'm going to share with you. So stick with me. First off, I want to emphasize the importance of having the cause of your foot pain identified by your podiatrist. Treatment will not be effective unless the cause is identified. You have to know what you're treating, so it needs to be properly diagnosed. If you don't, things get much worse and more difficult to treat. So my point is, I'm going to be sharing some stopgap measures with you until you see your doctor, until they can identify the problems to treat it properly. So most of these strategies involve topical over-the-counter products. So topicals that treat pain and inflammation in the foot are very effective versus oral, mainly because there's much less side effects. There's a local effect and there's very little soft tissue for the topicals to penetrate through. There's less muscle bulk, so they're extremely effective. Plus, they work extremely well. So the first one on our list is Biofreeze. It can be used with your health savings account or your flexible savings account. So Biofreeze used to only be available in physician offices, but now it's everywhere. And I was never a big believer in Biofreeze. I thought it was hyped up Bengay. But after hearing a lot of patient testimonials, how it's helped people, and after doing some research, it seems to be quite useful. So this can be used for inflammatory conditions like osteoarthritis, tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, even for nerve pain. I have one of my patients who uses Biofreeze to get to sleep at night with her neuropathy. And neuropathy is just nerve dysfunction that causes a lot of stinging, burning, tingling. And with neuropathy, it can ramp up at nighttime and keep people from sleeping. So she puts Biofreeze all over her feet and it puts her to sleep. Even she's taken oral medication for her neuropathy, but the Biofreeze does the trick for her. So if you'd like to learn more about treatments for neuropathy, specifically diabetic neuropathy, I did a very comprehensive video on that, so you can watch that. The active ingredient in Biofreeze is 4% menthol, and this causes a cooling sensation, and that kind of overrides the pain signals going to the brain. And it's also anti-inflammatory, and it can be used 3 to 4 times a day. And I like to use the roll-on for easy application. Most of the products go on wet, but they do have a fast dry foam product. The Biofreeze is green, so you get a green tinge on your skin, but they do have a colorless product that you can use as well. And what's kind of cool about Biofreeze, it has like a whole slew of many herbs and plant extracts and that are known to relieve pain and inflammation. And the generic seems to work as well as the brand. If you're allergic to aspirin, you need to be careful. You should ask your doctor if you can use the Biofreeze. Number 2 on the list is Voltaren gel. This is also HSA, FSA eligible. So I love Voltaren gel. It works great. It's a topical version of the oral anti-inflammatory Voltaren. It's now over the counter. It used to be prescription. It does wonders for all kinds of inflammatory conditions of the foot, and I use it quite frequently. Since it does not have the menthol like the Biofreeze does, it's not going to help with the nerve pain, but any inflammation it'll help with. So it only has a 6% systemic uptake, so that means the side effects are extremely minimal and rare. One shouldn't use Voltaren gel if you're allergic to any NSAID like ibuprofen, aspirin, naproxen. You can get generic Voltaren gel called diclofenac at Walgreens or Walmart. It comes with this dosing card, so you just squirt it out there on the upper body. I use the upper body since the foot's so small, and that'll give you 2 grams to put on your foot. I'll have a link for the Voltaren gel in the description. Third on the list is Lidoderm patches. These are also now over the counter, so they're just a like a big giant Band-Aid with lidocaine in it, and lidocaine is numbing medicine. So it's just going to numb. It's not going to treat the inflammation, but it's good for any type of pain. You can put it on the foot for 12 hours and then you can take it off for 12 hours. And usually what I have my patients do is I'll have them cut it in half, put half on the top, half on the bottom. And normally I do this to help my neuropathy patients go to bed at night because they have extra burning and stinging before they go to sleep. So you can get this off Amazon for $17 for 18 patches. And I'm going to put all the links in the description for all these products. If you've gotten some value out of this video, please hit that like button and subscribe. I'd appreciate that very much. Okay, the last one on our list, the one that not many people know about. It's naturally derived from plant products, and those are essential oils. So essential oils are the potent part of the plant. So essential oils are part of the plant that protects it. It has healing properties. How we get that out of the plant is they take just the different parts of the plant and they can distill it out, or they cold press it out. The company that I use is Young Living, and I trust them because they guarantee from the seed to the seal of the bottle that they're going above organic standard. They have their own farms or they co-opt with the farms. So these essential oils, the molecules in them can do so much for people. There's a lot of anti-inflammatory properties in them. So the three that I personally use for pain and inflammation are azule, panaway, and deep relief roll-on. So the panaway and the deep relief roll-on have multiple different types of essential oils blended together for a very powerful effect with pain and inflammation. And the essential oils, they're very good at penetrating through the skin, and in the foot, again, like I was talking about earlier, topicals work really well because there's very little soft tissue coverage. The last one's called azule, and this is a combination of menthol and menthol salicylate. And they're derived from peppermint and wintergreen. So it's kind of like a warming, cooling sensation. And we learned from Biofreeze how important the menthol is. Now, menthol is derived from peppermint. And what makes the azule so much more powerful is that they have the menthol derived from Young Living's own peppermint and wintergreen plants that they've harvested and distilled out. And they always third-party test, and they always take the first batch. A lot of these other companies will take the second or third batch of the distilling. But they really go above and beyond. And so my husband's been trying out these different products, so specifically the Biofreeze and the azule, and he prefers the azule. And azule doesn't have all the other plant ingredients that the Biofreeze does. It just has the menthol and the methyl salicylate. And I think the reason why he likes it more is because the menthol in Young Living's azule is directly from their plants, and it's very, very potent. And I think that's why it works for him better. And I'll put a link in the description for those products. They work wonderfully for osteoarthritis or any inflammatory type problem. So essential oils are kind of treated like supplements. They're not regulated by the FDA, and they're not meant to diagnose, treat, or prevent any disease. So other things you can do to help with your foot pain while you're waiting for your doctor's appointment is just rest. Don't do things that aggravate it. You might want to take some time off of work. If it's inflamed, like if you got a lot of heat, swelling, ice would help. Half an hour on, half an hour off. Wearing a supportive cross-trainer sneaker would be helpful to take the stress off of the foot. I really hope this helps you. I know it's so hard to deal with foot pain, and it's very aggravating, and it puts a big giant dent in your life. So I wish you all the best of luck as you try to figure out what's going on and treat it and get well the best you can. And thanks so much for watching. Here's your best foot forward, and we'll see you again next time. Please see the full disclaimer in the description. This is not a doctor-patient relationship. This does not constitute medical advice, but is for informational purposes only.